Welcome to the Nonprofit Solutions Matter Daily Radio Show, where we tackle the tough issues that keep founders up at night and answer your questions on everything from fundraising and board recruitment to marketing and resource development. If you're looking to start a nonprofit, raise money, organize your board, reactivate your organization, or chat about your mission, text the number on the screen to book a free call. We're happy to provide clarity and connect you with the resources and tools to help you move forward. Now, let's jump into today's program. Stay tuned as our Vice President dissects today's topic. Feel free to ask questions by dropping your comment below. Let's get started.
Good morning, lovely people. It's good to be with you here again. Wherever you're joining us from, please comment below. We want to reach out to you. We want to be able to support you through your nonprofit journey. Today, I'm going to be talking about identifying and creating values and benefits within your organization that attracts corporate funders to you. Throughout the week, we started with how do you get, corporate cash flow, and we've been able to talk about what corporate cash flow is. We've been able to talk about starting the process. Now we're in the process where we have to be able to identify values that we could, give back to these corporate funders. Because as we said at the very beginning, corporate funding is more or less a value exchange strategy. So while you're looking to ask for money, while you're looking to ask for resources, you should also be willing to be able to give out some values, some benefits back to these corporate funders. Because in all sincerity, when it comes to businesses, there's always an objective. We nonprofits, of course, we do the work to create impact. We do the work to create satisfaction. We do the work to make the world a better place. But when it comes to businesses, they have one goal and one goal in mind: to grow their brand. So, of course, you must be able to identify values, benefits that you can give back to these brands who you're seeking to ask money from. And that's exactly what I want to be talking to you about today. I'm going to guide you through how you can identify these values, what these values and benefits look like, how you can aggregate these values into, offers that these brands can't resist, thereby increasing your likelihood of bringing in corporate funding. So really, let's think about it from a very strategic perspective. What are really the goals of businesses? What are really their objectives? What are really their, their aspirations? I'll tell you 4 key aspirations I know every brand out there has. Of course, brands are unique. You could go out, find another brand who entirely has a different objective, but I'll tell you the 4 key interests of brands are: 1, to grow market share. Every brand wants to grow market share. 2, to increase profits. 2, to increase profits. 3, to establish their brands in the hearts of their target audience. So they already have a customer base. They want to be able to establish their brand in the heart so that they would come number 1 on top of every competition out there. And then lastly, majority of the brands want to be able to keep their employees. They want their employees to be satisfied. They want their employees to be happy working with them. So when you talk about identifying values, benefits for these brands, if these values and benefits do not align with these goals and objectives of these brands, you are most likely not going to get their dollars, because these brands are so strategic that they want to know that wherever they're putting in their money is bringing in returns for the for the brand. The interesting thing is, since COVID, these brands have come to understand that by giving back to the people they serve, by empowering nonprofits, they can grow their market share. They've tested the idea. They've gotten a proof of concept. So really, it's all about you engaging this brand and then showing them how you can be able to do so as regards their own brand. So that's really where you get to go in and identify what are the values, what are the benefits within our brand that we can be able to give out to these organizations, to these brands, these companies, so that they can be able to give us the funding, so that they can be able to give us the materials that we need. So to find these values, to find these benefits, my advice would always be: one, look into your programs. So first, the first core key concept here is, now you're trying to find opportunities within your organization that you can align with helping these businesses grow their market share, helping them reach more customers, helping their employees find satisfaction, right? So what opportunities within your programs, within your organization, that can be able to help these brands you think that should sponsor you? What opportunities do you have that you should be able to give out? So I'll always say, look into your program to find these opportunities. Look into your activities across the year to find these opportunities. Look into your location. Where are you? What opportunities does that bring for you to find these opportunities? Look into your mission. What opportunities are around your mission that brands could tap into? Look into your events. What opportunities around your events that companies and brands could tap into? Look into your people, the people you have. We've seen brands where professionals could actually band together and do things for companies. Look into the people you have. What opportunities can you leverage for brands and organizations and companies you're looking out there to work with? So just look into your entire organization, right? And one thing I'll say is, the most convincing factor is where you identify a process within your brand or your organization that helps these companies also reach their goal. So, for example, Amazon could have the goal of reaching 1 million people within Atlanta. And you, being an organization, based on your programs, based on the activities you carry out throughout the year, you get to reach, say, 2 million people across Atlanta, depending virtually and physically. That's a huge deal, because if you are presenting that back to Amazon, saying, you want to reach 1 million people in in Atlanta, but here we have, here we get to reach out to 2 million people across the year based on these programs. How about we carry you along by simply sponsoring us, by simply supporting our programs, by simply, supporting our events? That way, they get to support you, and then you get to carry them along. You may not give them the 1 million customers they are looking to get, but of course, with your exposure, along with their other strategies, they may be able to do far better than they initially anticipated. So the truth is, some of these brands are also out there looking for organizations that can help them reach their goal. So they are out there looking out, say, who's the key players in this region? Who are the people who have, who has the people's ears? These are the people they want to also play with. So your goal as an organization is to really look into your brand and then identify these values. And why did I say creating values? Because some of these values has to be created. Sometimes they may not be in the organization as at present, or you may already have some structures within the organization, but you have to package it into a solid offer that these guys could not resist. So that's why I said you can still create values regardless of whether you get to identify, the values. You can also create these values. So what I'll tell you, the most convincing case studies for getting corporate funding, for getting corporate sponsorship, is when you serve the audience of the brands you're looking to get their funding. So if you're serving, say, women in, let's say, Texas, you should be looking at brands that actually still make money from these women in Texas. That's the perfect alignment, because brands who make money from people are now looking at, how do we get back to these people we make money from? How do we empower them? How do we establish our brands in their heart so that we could be the number one or the top of mind when it comes to our target audience? So you could be that vehicle, you could be that access for these brands, and it's really about you looking into your organization to identify where the value is, creating the value if you have to, right? And then going all out for your non-profit organization. So giving you an example of as regards how we get to create value, there's an organization we worked with. They help homeless people, they distribute foods. Well, one of the ways we're able to create value within that system was we increased the number of volunteers distributing food. Of course, giving them branded wares to display the sponsors. That's why we initially created a value. We added an extra value to what they already had, because they only had 3 volunteers going out doing the outreaches. but we brought in 10, 20 volunteers with branded materials, increasing the impact for the sponsor. So you get how you can actually increase impact or create impact or package your impact properly so that it can be irresistible to these corporate sponsors you're looking to reach out to. So here you have it, how to identify and create the values that corporate sponsors are looking out for. Through that, as I said, every business wants to increase market share, every business wants to increase profit, every business wants to keep their employees satisfied and engaged. Your role is to look into your organization and identify where are these opportunities to help these businesses increase their market share, reach new customers, keep their employees satisfied, establish their brands in the heart of their audience. Really by answering these questions, you can automatically begin to see a way forward, because all you have to do is present this to these CEOs, present this to these business executives, and once they see the value, they will be all over you trying to get your organization to partner with them. Of course, I'm going to be coming on here again tomorrow to talk about identifying or creating your fundraising goal. I was supposed to talk about that before today, before this topic, but of course, my spirit led me down to this topic today. But tomorrow we're going to go back and talk about how to identify what your corporate funding goal is and how to attach that to a real value, so that when you put it out there, when corporate funders see it, when they hear of it, they will be attracted to it. So that's what you're going to be getting tomorrow. I'm so happy to have talked to you today. Until I see you again, bye-bye, my lovely people.
Thank you for tuning in to the Nonprofit Solutions Matter Daily radio show. We hope today's insights have been valuable in helping you tackle the challenges and opportunities within the nonprofit sector. We're here to support you in starting, raising funds for, and growing your nonprofit. If you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. You can send us an email to book a free discovery call, or simply comment below, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. We look forward to hearing from you and helping your organization thrive. Until next time.